The expedition journal is an example of the way that the character is processing his journey and the way that he's also working the process of life mission that's embedded in the book. The actual process itself is also at the end of the book, and it tells you where in the story it is. And he happens to find that he discovers that he has an expedition journal waiting for him in Caravan. Caravan provides. So he might work in the expedition journal in both worlds. So then another reading this from the Caravan expedition journal. So he's writing in Caravan. When Savitri said corporations, we were all surprised. We all turned to her and listened more carefully. She said, "It takes a great will to hold an intention for many years as an individual. Corporations can hold in their charters a written mission that, if necessary, can unfold over many generations. It may even be several people's job to watch over and decide if the company is stewarding properly and aligned with the vision of the founders. For an individual, however, this is not the case. As an individual, we are likely the only ones watching over our vision, at least at first, and until we find others who are willing to give their lives to our vision. As an individual, we are the only ones who will have to decide in a moment-by-moment basis if what we're going to do is in alignment with our purpose and vision." She waited and then continued. When you arrive at the crossroads, at a turning point in your life, how will you decide? When it is time to decide if you'll say yes to an opportunity, to leave someone or stay with someone or a situation, to have an operation, to give something, to take a risk that will change your whole life, to allow someone his or her choice. How will you decide? What are your criteria for making these decisions? Triggers people who feel like they have a lot of time in front of them. As I will often say that we all have one life mission. And we might have many vehicles to express it. So that would be just another way of saying, perhaps when you say, I feel like I've completed the first life mission, I might say that there's a thread. I call it the string that ties the pearls together. So that there's a thread that will move through all of what you might perceive as versions of your life mission. There'll be a thread that's consistent in all of them. So if you look for that, it's helpful, because you might say that over the course of your lifetime, you may have many vehicles to express why you're here. And I think it was Barbara Scheer that talked about divers and scanners. Divers are people that seem to have one life mission their whole life, and they give all of themselves to that one thing for their whole life. Scanners are people that I would say still have one life mission, but have multiple vehicles for expressing it. And some people are serial scanners. You know, they go deeply into something for a few years, and then it'll be something else for a few years, and like that. And some people are kind of simultaneous scanners. They'll have 3 or 4 or 5 vehicles all at the same time, still expressing the one life mission. So what I would say is, if you feel like you're at the end of one expression of the life mission, I would work the process for looking at what's the essence in the one life mission you've experienced working on, that you feel you're completing, that you would bring forward into the next one, so that, especially if you have 3 or 4 expressions, you know, people say, I love so many things, how can I decide? If you've identified and you can clearly articulate what the thread is, then how you can have 20 expressions and you still know the life mission that you're expressing through them. I don't know, is that helpful? Yeah.